Today I thought I'd do an elegant and understated makeup. Forgive me, I need to put my microphone on. It looks very ugly, but it is what it is. Okay, I've popped serum and moisturiser on. Next step is SPF. So I'm using the Medicate, this is an SPF 50. Advanced Day Ultimate Protect. I love this. Age-defying moisturiser, obviously, with the SPF. Now, what I love about this so much is that it is, in fact, an excellent base for my makeup, as well as protecting my skin. So if you have dry skin like me, this one's brilliant. And also, I find often with SPF that my eyes react to them. And if I get any SPF near my eyes, then that's it. My eyes will water and be awful all day long. And I don't have any problems with this one at all. I do like a product that does two things. And the thing with this SPF is obviously it protects my skin. It does moisturise my skin, even though I've previously put a moisturiser on. But it just adds this gloss to the skin, which helps me then put on a foundation that can glide over so that I get a lighter coverage with my foundation, because I don't like a very heavy base, especially as I get older. Less is more for me. Obviously, other people might have different views on that, and I can't speak for everyone. But for me personally, I need less base. Because I have dry skin, it just sits there, and over the day, it just gets kind of less appealing. It gets more sort of cakey, and it looks less like skin and more like makeup, you know. So what I'm going to do is use Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I'm going to use shade 1 in that, and then I'm going to mix in a tiny bit of Glowish. This is the Multi-Dew Skin Tint in 01 Fair. So I'm going to mix the two together. So we're going to have quite a glowy base. So my goal is to create quite an understated but elegant look. I wanted a look that's going to go really nicely with a white or cream blouse, but also work with a trench coat. So think London professional lady. Not necessarily just London, could be Manchester. I think we'll change that to city elegant professional lady. I mean, obviously could also be New York, could be anywhere, any big city. Backtracking massively. Sydney, Melbourne, Berlin, let's cover all bases. Lisbon, Milan, Rome, Athens. Let's stop there. Nice, soft, glowy base. Anywhere that we need coverage, we're going to use a concealer. I'm actually using a tiny little concealer palette that I picked up in a Japan beauty store in London. I love it because I can mix and match between the 3 shades and use them anywhere on my skin. Also, the brand is Can Make, which I believe is Shiseido. You know, it's a diffusion of Shiseido. So because I'm using this on blemishes, I prefer to use a concealer from the pan than a cream concealer, because they tend to have more coverage. A creamy concealer I might use under the eyes. So this is Bodyography Epic Brows, and it is a clear gel and then a pen on the other end. Brows is one of the dead giveaways that makes everything look very made up. So I'm going to try to keep them as natural as possible. Now that isn't really going to be that easy for me, because you can see all under here there is no brow. That's just old microblading. So I try to get as much definition as I can out of a clear brow gel, because even putting a clear on, you can see it makes your brows darker. And then we use the pen end just to fill in the gaps. The pen looks like this, it's very fine. I'd love to tell you what colour it is, but weirdly, these pens don't seem to have a name, a colour name on. It just says liquid brow definer, but I know it comes in colours. It might be just like mistake at the manufacturers. This is where I have to really use my mirror and my monitor to see the bits that need filling in and not go over the top with it. But also don't make it too neat. You know, sometimes we think, oh, we must keep this in like the absolute exact shape of the brow, and it ends up looking very drawn in. So try to throw the odd one in that's a little bit more feathery or a little bit sort of out of line. So you can see what I've done here. That one's too far out, but you know what I mean? Because then it starts to look a little bit more realistic. It's not bad, actually. Go me. Right, now all I have to do is do the other one the same. If you make it too heavy, you can just go in with your brow gel and blend it in. So the colour's still there, but it's a lot softer. Now my brows are just not even close to being the same. I hate that saying though. Brows should be cousins, not sisters. Whatevs. Who came up with that? Someone lazy? I mean, it's ridiculous. They are what they are. On some people they'll be sisters, on some people they'll be very, very distant cousins. Okay, it's kind of hard to do on this eye because obviously it always ends up looking a little bit done. I'm just taking the brow gel over the top, and I suppose I'm using it more as a blender to soften that down. It's still a bit neat, isn't it? All you wonderful people that didn't pluck your eyebrows out in the 90s must be just sitting there going, hurry up, get on with your brows, taking forever. Right, what we're going to do is take an eyeshadow stick over the eyelid. I picked out two that I like. This one is called Integrity by Rare Beauty. I'm just going to try that first. This is a really good colour, maybe that's the one. Let me just try the other one, which is Hourglass Moon on the other side. Moon is better on me. Okay. Right, I'm just going to put that on both eyelids. Integrity has a little bit more glitter in it, so more suitable for people with very smooth eyelids. But the Hourglass Moon is more of a sheen than a glitter. That's just our base, and we can work a little bit of eyeshadow into it. Right, using a big soft brush, I am going to use these colours. I'm going to start with the matte one. This is Glossier Monochrome eyeshadow trio, and this one is Mesa. Right, picking up the lightest dusting of this and just working it from the lash line upwards. So this is how much I'm picking up. This much. Hardly anything. And then from the lash line, because where you first apply it to the lid is where you're going to get the most lay down. And then very softly dusting it upwards towards the brows. Another option for palettes is something like this, the NYX Ultimate Warm Neutrals palette. It's 15 quid, and there's a lot of great neutrals there, in mattes and in shimmers, for all skin tones, which I really love. So I really just want this to be a wash across the eyelid. You can take a teeny weeny little bit of the shimmer if you want, put it just on the eyelid. Then, using this brush, which I love so much, I buff it all over the place. I am not neat and tidy with this. I want it to be really worked in. You see, that's a big difference, isn't it? It looks so much better. This is the My Kit Co. My Ultra Multi 1.7 brush. If you have a lot of space between your eyebrows and your eyelids, and you like to do makeup like me, then this is a perfect brush. I am going to tidy up under the eyes with a bit of concealer. This is NARS. It is an under eye brightener and the colour is Night Swan. Get right in this corner here so that you can get a bit of lift. Because as you get on a bit, that makes you look quite tired. Now, if you want to, you can double up your brow liner, get the most out of your brow liner by using it as an eyeliner. So, I'm just going to pop a little tiny bit on the lash line. Now, because these liners for eyebrows are designed for drawing fine hairs, they're super fine, so they're very, very good if you want to get a very nice crisp line. Let's give lashes a curl. I'm just going to flip to my little Korean lash curler for these outside edges. And then I'm using a brown mascara. This one is from BeautyPie. This is the BeautyPie Uber Volume Boost Velvet Mascara, and the colour is Brownie. I'm just going at the lash line and flicking up so they're a bit feathery, but I don't want to put so much on that they end up like kind of burnt twigs. Okay. Tiny bit of concealer along the lashes. Then we're going to take the pencil that can't be named. Then I'm going to take this pencil, which I'll tell you about when I can, but it's not out yet, and put that on the lash line. I've shown you that before. So just on the very waterline, the smallest amount. Nothing works as well as these Korean eyelash curlers. They're amazing. Right, let's pop the smallest amount of mascara on the bottom lashes. In fact, what we'll do is we'll use this tiny My Kitco brush to do it, so that we don't get too much. I'm going to powder. I'm using the By Terry hyaluronic powder. As I get older, powder is very much my friend, especially in this area here. Now we're going to do bronzer. I'm going to take this e.l.f. The colour is Vacay Mood. e.l.f. Luminous Putty Bronzer. And I'm going to use this brush, which is Joy Adenuga, the multi-use brush, 04. Pop a little on there, pop a little bit on there, and then push it across the cheek. All the way across the cheek and across the nose. Now, because this is luminous, it's going to work as your highlighter and your glow and your bronzer all in one. And it is going to look so nice with your trench coat, this colour. So we're going to go up here. Okay, I'm back. Where was I? Bronzer. So this blush I bought from the Japanese beauty store as well. And it was in the sale. Obviously I was most thrilled. Couldn't read a single word. Didn't really know what I was buying. but like the colour. This is by a brand called Selvoke, Celvoke, and it is shade 03, I think. Okay, the lip liner, I know the lip liner I'm going to use. It's Hourglass Shape and Sculpt Lip Liner in Expose 1. So it's either this one, Sparrow, or this one, Peony. Let's do the lip liner and then we can decide. That is really nice, to be fair. That could be it, but we've got to do Sparrow just to know, haven't we, now? Too dark. Very lovely, but I think a little too dark. Let's stay on Brief, which was Elegant and Understated. Less. I'm going to take this on a brush and just dust it on. It is literally one thing after another. My daughter just rang. She hasn't got her door keys. I've got to go. Thank you so much for watching. I am just going to put my coat on so that you get somewhat of a finished effect. Right, that's it. I've got to go. Thank you so much for watching, guys. These sunglasses are great, aren't they? Right, see you later. Bye.